Yo, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Did, and I'm back with another reaction video. And it's gonna be a little different one today. Today I will be reacting to the 2K community. Now, for some of y'all that don't know what 2K is a virtual basketball game that has been around for over a decade. So, over 2 decades, I'm sorry. Now, with that being said, there is this thing called Community Day where a bunch of creators are invited by 2K themselves and they get to test the game early. Now, there is a controversy on what are the qualifications on to become one of those people to get the invitational to that day. And today we will be going over it and giving our own opinion on it, man. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always spread that positivity. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, like I said, I'll be reacting to 2K Community Day controversy and all of this debate and everything like that. But shout out to All City Live TV. He is a great news channel and a great content creator on and YouTuber for 2K itself. So please don't forget to subscribe to him and give him props on the original video. Like I said, All City Live TV.
Ha! You just ain't make it to community day, huh? 2K don't love you, huh? The fact is, there's a lot of creators out there who get frustrated that they create content for 2K all year long and they don't get an invite to 2K's community day. It's one of the hottest topics of discussion right now. Y'all be sure to sound off who you think should be invited to 2K's community day. We about to get into all the details. Y'all be sure to drop a like.
Before I go, here's some creators that I always think should be at community day. And this is just off the top of my head. Joe knows Colder Man, Statistics. I would have to say even Swante. I would have to say, Koza. I know who Koza is. Obviously, All City. We need some people like those at the community who are deep into the realms of the game. You know what I mean? And we need everybody. King of the fourth quarter. Everybody from all aspects to break down the game and find the exploit so the game could be fun.
Like and drop a sub if you can. What's good, y'all? I'm All City. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Before we get into this topic of Community Day, which seems to stir up a lot of emotions within the 2K community, I wanted to tie up a couple loose ends and reference some of the information that's going around the 2K community. It seems like we got a good majority of the information for us to make a good assessment on whether or not we're going to get 2K25. But there's still a few tweets that I would like to reference here in case you guys didn't know about this stuff. Zach Timmerman, he sent out this post saying there are 72 takeovers. You qualify for them based on attributes, just like badges. You can view them in the builder to know what your player will eventually qualify for. You choose one only in my career to utilize at a time. And you guys can also swap takeovers between games. Firstly, how do you guys feel about having 72 takeovers? I really hope in 2K25 every takeover is just as effective as the next. And I know
real quick, if y'all didn't know, there's 72 takeovers, and my thoughts on it is initially I didn't like it, but it seems like they're catering to almost every playstyle, so everybody should have a takeover that suits them, which is a W in 2K's book. I like the direction that they're going, and if we go through here and he's talking about some news stuff, I'd love to expand on that. So
some of you guys may feel differently, but I feel like in 2K24, the best takeover by far was the shooting take. I know a lot of you guys will argue that the lockdown take was OP as well. Either way, share your thoughts in the comments. I also want to reference, in regards to takeovers, I want to reference a couple posts from Wolf because he shares some of his favorite takeovers in case you guys haven't heard some of the different takeovers you guys are going to have an option to choose from.
Real quick, before y'all that don't know who Wolf is, he is a former 2K League lockdown. Now he's a dev for 2K. So really good information right here.
Wolf says, my favorite takeovers in 2K25 to use. Got the chef takeover. It's gonna boost your 3-point, your mid-range, and ball handle. It's great for 3-point hunting guards. Those small guards that pretty much have no dunking ability, put all layup on their build. They're gonna be taking them floaters and 3-pointers. 2K is also introducing a takeover called Satellite. It boosts your 3-point, your mid-range, and your speed. Ideal takeover for elite off-ball shooters. And a lot of people seem to like this one, Gifted Hands. It boosts steal and 3-pointer. Perfect takeover for the 3-and-D players out there. And I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of 3-and-D players on 2K25. That two-way game is coming.
So here's my real quick take, and I'm gonna stop stopping the video so often. But like with those takeovers that I just see, like he said, the 3-and-D is gonna be probably the biggest one out of all of them that'll be used. I just hope it's every takeover is so OP that they all get used. As in, like 3-and-D is great, but like there's one that helps you even more that now people are gonna use that. But 3-and-D is strictly for lockdowns. I feel like those are strictly for lockdowns or people that maybe lacking defense, but it won't help you that much because I don't know if you guys seen the graphic, but it goes up like +8 on your total defensive stats, which is not a lot if you have a low defense, but it may help you if you have a mid-tier defense. So
Back in full force. Wolf caps off this post by saying, with over 70 takeovers to choose from in 2K25, you will find one that fits your own playstyle. Exactly. And I know a lot of you center builds out there are wondering what takeovers are you gonna have to choose from. Well, Wolf sent this out saying, I saw a lot of questions about the big man takeovers. Again, here are some of my main takeovers.
Listen to what Wolf is saying.
Big. That's what the glass gunner. It boosts the 3-pointer, defensive rebound, and offensive rebound. Perfect for bigs who want to grab boards and shoot for 3. Does that mean the stretches are coming back in 2K25? And the reason why I said coming back is maybe some of you guys haven't experienced 2K19. Stretch center builds were like one of the main go-to big man type of builds to make. The next takeover for big man builds is called Unit. It boosts offensive rebound, standing dunk, and close shot, ideally for the inside bigs who want to mash. And the last one here that Wolf references is called the Commander. It boosts interior defense, block, and defensive rebound. Control the paint defensively. It'll be a tough bucket for anyone out there that's trying to slash. In 2K24, I made a 7-footer build. I also had a 6'10 center, but my 7-footer build moves so differently when I got in Takeover. In fact, my 7-footer will move very similar to my 6'10 whenever I'm in Takeover. And I'm hoping that we could see those type of dramatic changes in 2K25. You guys let me know what you think, which Takeover you guys think you're gonna use. Now let's get into this major topic of discussion about 2K's Community Day for 2K25. I would like to reference this post from Badge Plug. He said, logos and Community Day set the 2K community back so many years. Actually insane to me how many people absolutely don't need either of those, but bend over backwards for them. Badge Plug continues on in some dialogue between him and Dignified 2K. Badge says, years of so much voice that could have been used for the better of our game. But oh my God, I get to have a PNG over my head with the mind-blown emoji. Dignified response saying that most of them, they doing it for free with 3 crying face emojis. Badge Plug responds, literally for free, bro. Groupie-ish. I imagine if it was my own company and I saw anybody speak negatively about my product that I deliver, ain't no way I'm gonna invite you to come on over and hang out with me and my people. For me personally, as a 2K creator, I know damn well 2K is never sending that invite my way. And furthermore, I don't see any benefit in someone like me going to a 2K Community Day. I can see all the comments right now from you guys. All City sold his soul. And the fact is, me personally, I don't have an urge, a need, or a want to be around 2K staff. I think a lot of you guys have known from the videos that I upload here, I don't agree with the way in which they conduct business with the 2K community. But on the flip side of that, if you're a creator who just, you use your creativity to make content about 2K and you have never spoken poorly about 2K or their business ethic, you're out there looking for a Community Day invite, just keep grinding. The truth is, creators, they get paid to create. As a creator, if you get an invite to Community Day, you should probably just see that as an added incentive to you creating 2K content, because on 2K's behalf, they surely have no obligation. And do you guys agree with Badge Plug's assessment of Community Day, saying that Community Day, it set us back years? My dilemma with Community Day is that it's such a controlled environment. And don't get me wrong, I understand it needs to be a controlled environment, but creators, they're not able to speak freely about what they experience. I just wish 2K was comfortable with the product they're delivering and secure in their gameplay design. That the opinion from a 2K creator, whether good or bad, would be of no concern to 2K. But it's almost like 2K knows damn well the opinionated 2K community, they're gonna say what they see and they're gonna say what they feel. I think a lot of you guys feel like 2K hand selects certain creators
they do
that vouch for their game, and I don't see
But here, before you, let me
Anything wrong with that? They are a business. They are the ones paying and hosting the event for the community. And this
right. Before we get into this, I know y'all can see this real quick, but they're supposed to do that. You're supposed to hand select people to represent your community. It's like your brand. It's like hiring people to do a job. You're supposed to hand pick them. You're supposed to do that. So when people say stuff like that, it kind of throws me off because that means they've never been in a business like that or even close to it or in a managerial role or anything like that. But anyways, before we get into this again, I think that 2K is smart about that. Like, why would I invite somebody who's talk stuff about us? Now they're just trying to get a community invite out of us whenever we have so many other deserving people, or not even really deserving, but other people that that really don't talk trash about the game. They play the game. I wouldn't say they critique it, but like they say what they don't like about the game in a respectful manner. But but here's this tweet by PowerDF.
all led to PowerDF sending out this lengthy response. And I want you guys to let me know if you agree. PowerDF says, let's talk NBA 2K Community Day. I want to get very real about this, and I want to share some honest advice that would have helped me earlier. Community Day isn't perfect, but here's the truth. None of us are entitled to an invitation. It's not about deserving to be there. And before I continue, do you think some creators are like entitled, like they absolutely have to be at Community Day? Sound off if you know of any creators that should
have to be, but
absolutely
they should be there.
at 2K25's Community Day. PowerDF goes on to say, I get how many creators feel because I've been there, watching peers have fun, feeling left out, even getting frustrated. You might compare yourself to others, wondering why someone else got invited instead of you. Even though most creators will never admit it, I know how it feels. It's a natural reaction, but it's not a helpful mindset. In life, nobody owes you nothing. I wasn't playing when I said this joint is really long. PowerDF continues on saying, let's start here. An invite to Community Day isn't something anyone deserves, regardless of your work ethic, view count, or perceived impact. It's not about your value as an individual or a creator. It's about one thing, who the company wants to represent and include. Sometimes that's just not you. And honestly, you don't need it to succeed. Understand that and you can move forward even stronger. And I've resonated with that last paragraph because I've never felt that I needed to go to Community Day to succeed in being a 2K creator. But it's without a doubt from the responses that we're seeing from some creators within the 2K community that they feel 2K is obligated to invite them for their own perceived impact within the 2K community. PowerDF goes on to say, but for the sake of being helpful, let me tell you why I think most people don't get invited in an honest way. And he goes on to list some reasons as to why folks might not get invited. Number one, you're a brand risk. If you're that person who says unprofessional things or bashes the people, the same people that you want to include you, then you wonder why you don't get invited. Here's the reality. Words, they have consequences. I'm not saying you're wrong, you may be right, but no one's flying you out if you're attacking their business.
Exactly.
Absolute facts. And this is exactly why I feel I will never be invited to 2K's community.
A lot of the people that I know
created too much content around 2K's heavy monetization gameplay design. I'm a veteran of 2K. I've been here before we were spending so much money on the game. I've gotten to see what it's turned into, so I know I'm speaking absolute facts, but the facts that I'm speaking could actually hurt 2K's business. I surely don't have the power to put them out of business, but I imagine if it was my business, 2K on their side, they're thinking, if we lose one customer, that's one too many. PowerDF goes on to list the next reason as to why some of you guys may not get invited to 2K's Community Day. Number two, you don't add value. This one's big. Many wonder why a creator from another country or community got invited over them when they've been grinding all year. It's probably because those people bring in new viewers, and this is a business. They've got 20 other creators just like you reaching the same audience. So ask yourself honestly, do you really add anything other creators don't? He goes on to say a lot of you don't, but that's okay. Expand and you'll get that invite. At the end of the day, they can only invite so many people and they have to pick and choose, making it hard choices.
This is so huge, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, from what I work at, like I have pretty much like a lot of, I shouldn't say, but a lot of like influence. I have a lot of influence in what we do, and it's really hard to determine who you're going to pick on certain programs or a certain light or anything like that because there's so many, but you can't do favorites. You have to do what's best for the business. Which one is reaching the new market? what markets overlap, you know what I mean? Like, and what markets don't overlap, you know? So it's very hard. And then again, limited invites. That is why people want to join, because of the exclusivity. It's not because, and the benefits. It's not just because, oh, it's 2K, because it's like buying a game at that point. You know, like, I truly think people don't understand this one right here. This is, and it's not like you're not valuable. You just don't add the value to that company that is needed for them to grow at that moment.
The F, he goes on to say, but we have to recognize that despite its flaws, Community Day is good for the community. It brings creators together, listens
Mm-hmm.
to their thoughts, and lets them share feedback with consumers before the game drops. That's undoubtedly a good thing, and we should appreciate it, even if we aren't the ones that are invited this year. And he caps off this post by saying, remember, not being invited doesn't define your worth as a
Mm-hmm.
creator. Keep grinding, expanding your skills,
Yes.
and building positive relationships in the community. Your success isn't tied to one event. Keep pushing forward and you'll find your own path to success. I promise you that. And he
And like, he'll share all these people that's at Community Day, I believe, last year. And he's exactly right. I'm not against, like, I'm a content creator myself. I love 2K. And like, yes, I find myself like blaming stuff and all this, that. But at the end of the day, guys, 2K is doing what's right, like, for their business. And I'm not saying that they're putting out complete, like, the greatest games of all time, but the games are fun still. Like, you know, like, I still go on 2K and I'll have a little bit of fun with my homies and stuff like that. The gameplay was good. It's just like sometimes it wasn't executed in the way that we want, right? And if I never get an invite to 2K Community Day, that won't define me as who I am as a creator and not who I will ever be as a creator. And getting that invite to 2K would just like add another accolade, you know what I'm saying? Like, to my thing to my content journey, and it helps you build the friendships, relationships, and all of that. Like you said, you know, success is tied to one to one event. So yeah.
shared this image from last year's Community Day. And I know a lot of you guys, you see this and you're like, yeah, I love to be a part of that. And that's super dope. If you have it in you to want to be a part of that, then you should take heed to what Power DF shared in this post. He pretty much laid out the blueprint for you guys to get to Community Day. And if you're anything like me, who likes to create content around their honest experience while playing the game, then you shouldn't be looking for 2K's validation with an invite to 2K's Community Day. Over the years, what I've learned about 2K's Community Day is that as quickly as it gets here is as quickly as it's gone. If any of you guys are really out there trying to get into Community Day, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully the creators that are making it to Community Day could give us some insight as to what we're going to experience for 2K25. And I'll wrap this up here. Last year, some of the creators that went to 2K's Community Day said NBA 2K24 was the best 2K in 2K's history, hands down. And they told you guys, you have to get this game. In my opinion, 2K24, although in the beginning of the year it was great, the final result does not even come close to being one of the best 2Ks. But I will admit, it's probably the best one out of the bad bunch. As always, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Now, with my closing remarks, it's kind of what he just said. You know, if you want to go to Community Day, I would suggest you do with a I would suggest you be more respectful in whenever you're critiquing the game, or just don't critique it at all. Um, and also, like, don't if that is your sole purpose of wanting to being a content creator, you're in it for the wrong things. I think everybody should do it for the enjoyment, and then let everything come to you. But me personally, if I ever got the invite, I'll be happy, of course. And I don't care if anybody say you sold your soul, whatever the case may be. But it's like, it's kind of an honor to be noticed by 2K in general, right? And but to get an invite to their exclusive, you know, event that happens every year, not too many creators can say that they did that. It's pretty cool, but it's not the only way to solidify your journey. So do not ever think you're less than that. You know what I mean? So, uh, yeah, that's pretty much my closing remarks on that. So if you enjoyed the video, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and definitely comment down below on what you guys think of this controversy on the 2K Community Day, and who are some critics that you would love to see there. And without further ado, I'm out.